Hi, today we're looking at how to help plumbing and gas fitting businesses get the most out of their businesses and make the most money, and to do it in a way that saves them a lot of time and hassle and drama. So the first thing to keep in mind is your bookkeeping. A lot of people, they're great at their trade of plumbing and gas fitting, but their bookkeeping's a mess. It's worth having a look at that and seeing what you can do. And today I'm going to show you what works after 2 decades of working with businesses. So the first thing is you want to get efficient with your paperwork. And that means how can you most time efficiently get all your invoicing done, all your bills paid, all your tax stuff up to date. It's like it doesn't do itself. So either you're going to be doing it or maybe your partner's going to be doing it, but you've got to be massively efficient, or pay someone else to do it, because most of us can actually earn a lot more by getting out there and being on the tools than we can earn so we're better earned by doing our own bookkeeping, so we're better off paying someone else to do that for us. Now, step one is make sure that your bank accounts are separated between your work bank account and your personal bank account. That may be obvious to a lot of us, but if you haven't done it yet, you need to do it. The reason for that is because if we don't, then at tax time, all our expenses become convoluted, and your accountant's not going to be able to get you back as much in refunds, and it's going to cost you more than it was worth. Also, we need to know what our break-even formula is. And so if you're in plumbing or gas fitting, you roughly know, but you need to know exactly. How much exactly do you need to have in revenue per year? How much exactly in revenue per month? How much exactly per week? If you don't know how to calculate that, I'll help you out with that. No hassle at all. And then cash flow. Now, this sounds obvious because you're like, oh, you should always have enough money in the bank to pay your bills. Yes, but you can't always see your bills coming. Okay, so you need a way of knowing on X date, you're going to be having to pay the PAYG for your staff, and you'll pay your BAS, or you'll be due to buy a whole heap of consumables on X date. And when you've got that all planned out, it means when the inflow of money, which is usually sort of lumpy, comes in, you don't look at it and go, oh, there's a heap of money there, I'll just take a heap out, because you know that, hold on, there's a heap in there, but I've got some big bills coming up. I need to make sure that we've got enough. Now, do you need a bookkeeper or an accountant? Now, the truth is you probably need both if you've got any sort of scale. So what your bookkeeper does is they get your invoicing and your receipting and your bank reconciliation and boring details sorted for you. And they're going to cost you about $65 to $100 an hour. At the moment, last time I checked, we charge $70 an hour, cheap as chips, because your accountant's going to do the same things, but they're going to cost you $300 an hour. Your accountant can do more than your bookkeeper does, and that's good. But if you can get your bookkeeper to do 85% of the work and then hand it over to the accountant, the bookkeeper's going to more than pay for themselves. And you didn't have the drama and stress all year of not knowing where you're at financially, and you're not having to worry about being out of compliance with the ATO. You definitely want both a bookkeeper and an accountant. The exception would be is if you're married to someone or your partner just loves bookkeeping. Now, I don't know many people like that, but they do exist. Okay, otherwise a bookkeeper's going to save you a lot of arguments at home as well. You will sometimes get stuck, especially like, say, a plumbing business or in, say, gas fitting. You know it costs you money to buy the materials, but it also costs you money to pay your staff. And then all you need is you hit a hiccup, you're like, oh no, we're stuck. 3 ways to get unstuck. First is chase your overdues. You will have people who owe you money. Deal with that. Deal with it ASAP. And expect there to be lead time. So if I'm stuck for cash today and I start chasing my overdues today, I can't really expect money to be in my account till about a week from now, because first you've got to have your staff member phone them up, or your bookkeeper phone them up, and then they've got to have time to put it into your account, and then the bank's going to stuff you around for a day or two. That's just life. So step one is chase your overdues. Another thing is make sure you've invoiced everyone. Almost everyone I work with who doesn't have a bookkeeper has people they haven't invoiced. My goodness, they're just throwing money away. So that's important. And then talk to the ATO. If you're still stuck, you talk to the ATO, you go, guys, I can't pay my PAYG or my BAS. If it's the first time you've made that phone call, they'll be willing to help you out. They'll give you a delayed payment thing. Just don't stuff them around, because the second time they won't be as happy to talk with you. Third thing is to have a look at your suppliers. Have a look at your suppliers and work out, well, which of your suppliers have you been really good to who will be happy to help you out? Because those guys, they want you in business because they want you to keep buying from them. So your suppliers are some people who, if you are having hard times with, you can talk to them and go, look, for the next month, I'm actually stuck. Is there some way that I can put some stuff on credit? And they'll be open to that. Now, obviously, don't treat our business like it's an ATM. Because if you do treat your business like it's an ATM, it's only a matter of time before that comes back to bite you. That's the cash flow thing. You need to know where you're at financially so you can make good choices. Now, if you need bookkeeping done for you, we can help you out. We're an example of what's out there. Choose a bookkeeper who you know is going to get the job done, knows what they're doing, and who actually phones you back, okay? Bookkeepers who are hard to deal with, they've forgotten that they're there to serve you. So make sure you choose someone who's actually on your side. Now, something else that's really important is when you do work, you need to invoice immediately. Now, some of us have got, say Xero plugins or ServiceMate or something like that, where we're invoicing the person while we're still at their place. We've just done the work. It's a good way to do it. But if you haven't got something like that, you need to get your bookkeeper or your partner to get that invoice out to them that day, because it's a big advantage when they've got their invoice on the day. It means they take seriously that you expect to be paid straight away. If you've invoiced straight away, they know that you're serious about getting paid straight away. Also, don't give 30-day terms. That's ridiculous. Why would you have the money that you've earned sitting in their bank account for 30 days? All it does is inspire them to not take you seriously. You want 7-day terms or payment on delivery. What else? Overdues. Let's get real about overdues. No one wants to chase overdues. We all feel a bit awkward about it, but it's because we forgot that that's our money sitting in their account. Why would I feel awkward if my money's in someone else's account? I should just phone them up and go, hey, you need to get your money from your account to my account because it's my money. When we frame it like that, we stop getting so absorbed by the weirdness of it. The other thing is, if you hate chasing overdues, get your bookkeeper to do it. You know, your bookkeeper can see who owes what. Generally, you'd ask your bookkeeper to text and email all your overdues at least once a fortnight, and then to make a phone call to anyone who hasn't paid up within a week. Okay, give them 3 days because, you know, banking stuffs them around for a couple of days. But if a week later they haven't paid, get on the phone and then just keep hassling them. Some people are compulsive at not paying until you hassle them. Just do what it takes. Get paid. It's your money. Also, if you're loving this video as much as I'm loving making it for you, make sure that you like and subscribe, because I'm sort of volunteering my time and it lets me know which videos people like so I can do more of them. Okay, payroll, super important. Now, in your plumbing business or your gas fitting business, you're going to gradually end up with more and more staff. It's just the way it seems to go. You're either a one-man band or the number of staff you've got is on the way up. Now, initially, people just sort of somehow guess their way through it, but you end up with problems because you find out over time you haven't taken the right tax out of people's pays. And if you've got, say, 2 or 3 people, sure, you could individually pay them into their account. But once you're getting like 5 or 6 people, it starts to take ages just to pay people. And that's where an ABA file, or it's a payroll file that gets spat out of Xero, comes in very handy. It's a file that you log onto online banking, you click a button that says upload the file, you upload the file and you press pay, and then it pays all those people at the same time. One of my businesses in the past, we had about 80 employees, and it literally took the owner about 3 minutes just to click in their online banking, get everyone paid. Now that's particularly important because you need to pay people the right amount of super, because the penalties for not paying super on time and the exact amount are disproportionately crazy. So make sure you pay your super on time. I don't care who else you don't pay on time, pay your super on time. It's just that important. Now, another thing people sometimes say to me is, why Xero? Michael, why are you always saying use Xero, use Xero, use Xero? It's because it's the best tool for the job. And to turn up to your workplace and try and do a job with someone that's using rubbish tools that you bought at Kmart, you and I both know how that'll work out. It'll take you way too long and it won't be a good job. Well, Xero's the same. It's the best stuff, okay? Don't try and use rubbish accounting software because it'll cost you more time and it won't do the job you need. Use Xero. Xero is what I 100% endorse. They're not paying me to say that, but it's just how the world works. Especially don't do it yourself bookkeeping. That's not how the world works. That's more like create stress and drama for yourself bookkeeping, not do it yourself bookkeeping. And if you need a hand, we're here. And that's Joel there in the picture and myself. We love doing people's bookkeeping for them, and we love making your problems disappear. And if you're stuck, well, look, you keep hitting your head against a brick wall. We could find someone who could help, and right there on the screen, we'd love to get in touch. We also do, at the moment anyway, we're doing a free 20-minute initial consultation because some people don't know, do I need a bookkeeper? Do I need an accountant? And we can look at that with you and help you make a plan.